I did for a long time, from childhood until maybe 5, 6 years ago. I used to have visitations from these dark figures at night, and these were not dreams. These were, visits. And I've always had an extremely vivid dream life, but my husband started it. He he was reporting to me. This was maybe 10 years ago. He said, "You go somewhere at night and have these incredible conversations with people, and," he said, "you make sometimes you I hear this voice that's not yours, and it's almost like you're growling." And so I was just having these intense astral experiences. And some of them, it's not like I woke up with a memory of a dream. It was just like I was involved in some stuff. So we went to a sleep therapist, sleep doctor. So here we are, in her office, and she's, well, you bring your sleep partner along so they can describe, whatever. And so he's describing, well, all these, the sounds and the talking and the conversations and the grrr, all that kind of stuff. And then he said, well, of course, I'm sure you've heard this 1,000 times before. And she's just sitting there going, no, I have never heard this ever. And I'm just sitting there going, oh, it's just me and my demons, And then, so she wanted to do a sleep study, right, where they put you in a bed and they hook you up with all this kind of stuff, and it was going to be in that hospital. And I said, well, tell me more, like, so who's there? And she said, well, there'll be a person, there'll be a technician, down the hall, and you're all wired up and we've got screens and everything. I said, who else is in the building? And she said, well, pretty much nobody, that, like. And we're in her office looking out over a cemetery. And I'm like, so I'm going to come to this building across the street from a cemetery, all alone, wired up in a bed with somebody down the hall? I never did it. I just said, I feel safe in my bed with my husband, even though I wake him up a lot. But no, I'm not doing that. The work with Wendy has helped enormously in, I learned that I could refuse those nocturnal visits. I don't think I growl quite as much anymore. I'm learning to experience my astral travels as, more kind of benign and more information gathering, as opposed to, mixing it up with somebody. So that has been enormously helpful.